This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. A little misty out there on
Foggy. Yes, it's a bit foggy out there this morning. That's neat. And visibility is really bad in some places.
Yeah, I walked out my front door and I was like, whoa, there is fog everywhere.
That's right. And if you go further south, the visibility is about 0 in some places around Venice.
Wow.
So just allow yourself a little extra time this morning. And sea fog, it's thickest near the coastline. Inland, it's not quite as bad, but certainly for mariners as well, it's also an issue as it'll probably hang around a little bit longer out in Gulf waters. We have a front sinking southward through the state of Florida. That's what that line of thin showers is north of us. Our rainfall chance not all that great today, but it will be breezy, windy in fact, and there's a major snowstorm in the northeast. So if you're traveling today and heading to the northeastern corridor, check with your carrier because there could well be some delays. Lots of cancellations. For today, daytime high tops out cooler than yesterday by about 74 degrees or so, and we'll look for a mix of sun and clouds leading to a mostly sunny afternoon, breezy sky. Back to you.
Thank you, John. A quick check of the traffic at this hour of the morning. Nothing to report right now in Manatee County that we can tell. Heading into Sarasota County, all looks clear at this moment. And into the South County area, no problems right now at 5:02 on this Thursday morning.
Well, topping our news this morning, 5 circus performers are waking up in the hospital after a serious accident during a Circus Sarasota rehearsal for the start of this week's first show.
Nick Wallenda and his young proteges had a mishap during practice for this weekend's debut. Details from our Rick Adams.
This is an example of the attempted world record-breaking stunt the performers were practicing under the big top next to the mall at University Town Center when something terribly went wrong. The 8-person pyramid on the high wire went careening to the ground from 25 feet in the air.
It's a very difficult trick, obviously. There's 8 persons involved, and it's obviously a lot of momentum involved. And if somebody loses a balance, then something can go wrong.
3 of the 5 circus performers who were injured were brought to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, while the other 2 were taken to Blake Medical Center and Lakewood Ranch Medical Center. 2 of the 3 at Sarasota Memorial remain in critical condition, while the other is in guarded condition. Doctors say all of the performers hurt are expected to make a full recovery.
Mostly orthopedic injuries. There's a traumatic brain injury, so pelvic injuries.
Although world-renowned circus performer Nick Wallenda was part of this act, he was not injured. This was scheduled to be the grand finale act for the upcoming Circus Sarasota show. Jennifer Mitchell, managing director of the Circus Arts Conservatory, says many circus performers take tremendous risks each and every time they perform.
We take safety very seriously at Circus Sarasota. We make sure safety precautions are adhered to. And I want to be clear that this was not an equipment or rigging failure. Despite that diligence within our industry, accidents do happen.
The Wallendas have had tragedy in their family performing this act decades ago. Back in 1962, 2 high-wire performers with the Flying Wallendas fell to their deaths while performing a 7-person pyramid. There was not a safety net below the performers back then or now.
It's Wallenda tradition. Several generations of high wire walking where they do not use a net. And that is common practice for the Wallendas.
The names of those injured have yet to be released. We know one of the people injured is a member of the Wallenda family, and at least one other is a graduate from Sarasota's Sailor Circus.
We wish all those that fell a speedy recovery. Our hearts go out to them and their families.
In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I was actually at Nick Wallenda's house last month on a separate project entirely, and he said, I'll be in the backyard. I thought I'd be mowing the lawn. He was up on,
Of course.
up on a wire with his colleagues practicing for hours for this trick. And when I heard about this, I thought, oh, those young people are such hardworking, nice kids, and I hope they all have good recoveries. Mostly orthopedic injuries, it sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like nothing too that can't be recovered. Luckily, looks like it could be a while before they're able to make a recovery. So probably not going to be in that show on Friday, but as they said, they're resilient and the show will go on.
Yeah, that's right. Good for them. All right. Also new this morning, new developments in the investigation involving former Sarasota County Sheriff's Deputy Frankie Bybee.
The Sheriff's Office now charging Bybee with 6 new felonies. Those include 4 counts of criminal use of personal identification and 2 counts of accessing an electronic device without authority. Bybee also has 19 other charges, including attempted murder. He remains in the Sarasota County Jail on a total bond of $380,000.
The search continues this morning for an armed robber in Manatee County. Sheriff deputies say a man walked into the Circle K on 30th Avenue East in Bradenton after midnight yesterday. Deputies say he pointed a gun at the clerk, demanded money, and ran off with the cash. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. And now we're learning in Sarasota about another armed robbery this week at a Family Dollar store on North Lime Avenue. Here's some surveillance video. Police say it also happened Tuesday night around 9:15. The robber can be seen wearing dark clothes, sunglasses, and a mask. Police say the man showed a gun, demanded money, and ran off with the cash. If he looks familiar, contact the Sarasota County Crime Stoppers. 3 times the legal limit, hitting a bicyclist and a pole on Siesta Key. The sheriff's office says it happened in the 500 block of Beach Road on Monday night. Deputies say this man, Brinley Jones, submitted a blood alcohol test which was found nearly 3 times the legal limit. When deputies found Jones, they say he was sitting on the sidewalk next to his damaged convertible.
This morning, we have an update about a deadly boating accident in Sarasota Bay. Florida Fish and Wildlife responded to that accident near the Ringling Museum around 7:45 on Tuesday night. They say 2 men were thrown from a 20-foot boat. That includes 47-year-old Anthony Espinoza Jr. of Houston, who was killed. The other passenger, 48-year-old Alessandro Duval of Sarasota, was not hurt and was able to swim to shore. An investigation into that accident continues. It is now once again safe to swim at Palmasola Beach South. Health officials say the no swim advisory that had been in place since January 30th for the waterway in Manatee County has now been lifted. That advisory was put in place due to high bacteria levels, but officials now say the public can safely enjoy water activities there. Water samples are continuously tested throughout Sarasota and Manatee counties for high levels of bacteria, which can cause disease, infections, or rashes. Palmasola Beach is west of 81st Street West on the south side of the causeway.
Here's your chance to offer feedback on the future of the I-75 area around Bee Ridge Road. FDOT plans to widen nearly 4 miles of 75 and reconstruct the Bee Ridge Road interchange. The state wants to build another diverging diamond like the one going on right now at the university. There are 2 different sessions today for feedback, either at 2 p.m. or 5:30 at the Realtors Association building on Cattleman Road, just north of Bee Ridge Road. Water raises are on the rise again in Manatee County. The utility system plans to increase bills by an average of 4% or nearly $3 a month. Over the past 9 years, water rates have increased by more than 27%.
And looking ahead this morning, if you love art and nature, you won't want to miss a new exhibit coming here to the Suncoast. The new feature at Selby Gardens aims to connect the natural world with botanically inspired paintings. Now, this includes a new cathedral of plants spaces in the garden's tropical glass display house. It'll also be transformed with replicas of stained glass designed by artist Marc Chagall. Now, the grounds of Selby Gardens will also be enhanced with flora like those in South of France. That inspiration for the art being featured. That new exhibit opens this Sunday. Also kicking off today here on the Suncoast, the annual St. Barbara's Greek Festival begins.
The 4-day festival brings the sights and sounds and tastes that define the traditional Greek way of life here to Sarasota. Starts this morning at 11 a.m. and runs through Sunday. Today only, admission is free, and then 3-day passes for the rest of the festival are just $4.
Also happening tonight with Valentine's Day right around the corner, the Humane Society of Sarasota is hosting an extra cuddly event for you to enjoy. The Smoochy Poochie Yappy Hour starts at 5 o'clock this evening at the Aloft Hotel. The Humane Society is bringing out furry 4-legged friends to help spread some love this holiday season to anyone who may need it. Admission to the event is $20, with proceeds going right back to help support the Humane Society. Admission includes time with some extra lovable furry animals, an open bar, live entertainment, and a pet photo booth. That looks like a good time.
Yeah, clever. How about that, John? Yappy Hour.
Yappy Hour.
That's a deal, you know, $20. You got an open bar and live music, you know, plus
playing with
puppies.
You can't beat that.
Really. Weather will
Love it.
cooperate too as well. We have a cold front sinking southward through our area. A little bit of dense fog out there. Watch for that. We'll talk about it in just a few.
Well, still ahead, heroin overdoses lead to a spike in children needing foster homes. How one community foundation is now combating that issue.
And a female Uber driver accused of doing something that might surprise you. Surveillance video coming up. Stay with us.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.
Go ahead, make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair, where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature is very mild outside thanks to all the moisture in the air. It's kept the temperature up during the overnight. We're at 70 degrees right now with a dew point of 69, making it feel very humid out there. And we do have a little bit of cloud cover. Well, it's more like a mist out there as well. And some dense fog in locations, limiting visibility, especially around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor and up through Venice. That's where it's the thickest currently. It's sea fog, so it's right along the coast, and it's going to linger just a little bit longer than an inland fog might. We're looking at 70 degrees at Longboat Key, 72 Lakewood Ranch, 71 Mayaca City, Parrish, Arcadia, 72 in Wauchula, Bradenton, 71 in Venice, Inglewood, Northport, and 72 in Punta Gorda. Those temperatures will be falling over the next 24 hours as some drier air starts to filter in. Now, despite the fact that we have that high moisture content air, we still don't have any rain showers around here. To the north of us, there are some rain showers. These are gradually sinking southward, and we have a slight chance at seeing some of those showers move through the area as we head into probably the last half of the morning hours, just before we get into lunchtime. But the rain chance is not all that great, only about 20% or so. Once that front moves through, we'll start to see the wind shift around, and it'll become a little bit breezy out here. But not nearly as breezy as it is along the northeast coast, anywhere from the mid-Atlantic regions all the way up through the northeast. It is a rough go today. I mean, we've got some winds along the coastline of New York, Long Island, up through Boston that could approach gusts of 70 miles an hour today. Plus, some heavy snow falling there could get some, in places, 18 inches of snow. So whiteout conditions on the roadways there, it's a nightmare for those folks up there. And there will be a lot of aircraft cancellations going to that corridor. Last I read was 1,500 cancellations already. So pack your patience if you're heading to that corridor. A cold high-pressure dome builds in back behind the front as it sinks southward through the state today. Our winds shift around to the northeast, and we get some delightfully low humidity air in here for several days in a row. Our temperatures will lower just a little bit, and all in all, we are in for a very pleasant weekend, it looks like. Breezy today, though. Rip currents could be an issue as long as we have that onshore flow. And an afternoon sunshine, but cooler temperatures through the afternoon, despite the fact that the sun comes out as that cold air advects southward. Looking at the boating forecast, not pretty. West wind coming in at about 15 knots, increasing to about 20 later this evening and tonight. And the forecast calls for some very lovely temperatures over the next several days. Nighttime lows in the 50s, daytime highs in the low 70s for a few days, then mid to upper 70s for a few days, but still low humidity. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Shaping up to be a pleasant weekend here on the Suncoast. Taking a look at your traffic this morning, looks like the Skyway Bridge is free and clear of any traffic this morning, and heading towards Bradenton, looks like the State Road 70 picking up in traffic in 301, but I-75 looking clear if you're heading out this morning. In Sarasota County, not a whole lot going on. We do have a live look at I-75 at Bee Ridge Road overlooking I-75. Now today at 2 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. FDOT will have an informational session at that live about that area where the interchange, they're hoping to discuss that interchange in that area to better assist drivers going through there. Now heading to South County, not a whole lot going on either as we round out the 5 o'clock hour here. And here on the Suncoast, we're seeing a dramatic increase in the number of kids requiring foster care.
Yeah, some say it's all due to the fact that there was a spike in overdoses of heroin this past year. In fact, last year in Manatee County alone, there was 1,000 cases. So the Manatee Community Foundation received a grant to develop an action plan. The state says over 400 children were removed from their homes in the first 10 months of last year, all of whom are now needing foster care help.
And 60% of those are because of the heroin epidemic that's happening in our community. And these kids are staying long past when they should have permanency. It's over half of them stay in foster care system for over a year, which can be very damaging for them.
The foundation will release its plan on addressing foster care needs in April.
And Sarasota's issue of growing homelessness is closer than ever to seeing progress as Sarasota County and the city of Sarasota are working together to combat that ongoing problem. Now, a lengthy workshop was held last week to talk about the issue, and now the two divisions are working through their differences to come together to find a solution. Although leaders disagree about a possible emergency shelter, they now say that both sides understand that triage locations and housing are necessary parts of the larger picture. Officials hope that by next month a plan will be developed to make clear what gaps still exist in the overall strategy to move homeless people into housing. And two local organizations focusing on education, financial sustainability, and health of residents are merging together as well. In 6 months, the United Way of Manatee will merge with United Way Suncoast. Now, none of the services are expected to change, and according to the official announcement made Wednesday, the board of directors from both organizations are discussing how they could work together come September.
The plan with employees is to keep us focused on the work and the impact that we have going on in our communities. It's too early to say how everybody will be placed and what functions they'll be serving, because we have so much talent in the region that we want to be careful and sure of how we put people to best use.
Both boards voted unanimously in January to move forward with that merge.
A senior at Palmetto High School is getting a full ride to Duke University. Jackie Perez is the first person in her family to graduate from high school, and now through a Questbridge scholarship, she's getting her college education paid for. That's worth $250,000 these days. She's one of 600 students nationwide to receive a scholarship for low-income students. Perez plans to major in biology and go into the field of medicine. If she's good in biology, she must be smart, because I wasn't, that's for sure.
Yeah, good for her. Duke is a great school when it comes to, you know, anything with medicine. They are good. I'll give them that. I'll give them that.
Big Tar Heels fan here, obviously.
Hence the Carolina Blue today. But we'll give her that. Congratulations to her as well.
Yeah, great thing for her. Hey, more national honors for the Suncoast.
Sarasota now making its way up the U.S. News and World Report's 100 Places to Live list, coming in at number 21. On that list, Sarasota earned an overall score of 6.9 out of 10. Scores are based on the quality of life and the job market in each metro area, as well as the value of living and people's desire to live there. Sarasota's highest score is 10 for net migration, measuring whether people are moving to or away from the metro area, while its lowest is 5.1 for value, which measures how comfortably the average resident can afford to live within his or her means. Also on the list, the nearby area of Tampa ranked at number 35, rather. And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, how much are you willing to pay for an iPhone? Why new reports are predicting the next one may cost you even more than years previous.
And at 5:30, it's a wonderland of Swedish furniture. A look at the grand opening of IKEA's largest new store. Stay with us. More after this.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Welcome back. It is 5:24 this morning, and a major American bank is opening new branches free of employees.
Boy, it's come to that now.
Yeah.
Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have details.
In today's Tech Bites, fully automated banks.
Bank of America is testing the concept with 3 branches in Minneapolis and Denver. The offices have ATMs and video conferencing equipment in case a customer wants to talk to a banker.
For now, an employee is on hand to help customers use the equipment.
Okay, so if the reports are accurate, the next iPhone will have some radical new features and a big price tag also. The base price for the iPhone 8 reportedly will be more than $1,000.
It could come with 2-lens 3D camera and an edge-to-edge screen, also rumored to have facial recognition.
And possibly coming out this June. And check out the Game Band from Atari. It might look like an Apple Watch, but it's all about playing classic games. 20
of them are preloaded, including Pong, Asteroids, and the Game Band is expected to be available by September. Retail price $199.
Those are your Tech Bites.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a medication, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. Humira has been clinically studied for over 18 years. Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. It's proven to help relieve pain and stop further joint damage in many adults.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB. Hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Every person is different and every real estate deal is unique. That's why experience matters. I enjoy guiding my customers through the process of buying or selling a home because there's so much that can happen. I want them to enjoy the real estate experience as much as I do. I'm Eric Schrock with SWC Properties. I love being in real estate.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, they say don't bite the hand that feeds you, but that's not stopping one Supreme Court pick from sharing some harsh words about President Donald Trump.
And a guilty plea from one colleague of a Florida congresswoman is causing a commotion. The case he confesses may have cheated needy students out of scholarships.
Plus, a new document on the table is pushing one officer's innocence in a shooting case. But will it hold up in court?
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 5:30 now on this Thursday morning. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. John Scalzi alongside with us, and it is certainly keep an eye out on the roadways as you're heading out the door.
It's a little foggy out there. Indeed it is. We have some visibilities that are down to, well, less than half a mile, in some cases even less than that, especially around Venice and areas such as that. Clearing a little bit in areas in Manatee County, but still pretty foggy. Take a look at this tower cam video showing, not our tower cam rather, but sorry, it's the Cortez Bridge webcam. And over the course of the night, I mean, it was really thick fog. Then over the last hour, just about last hour, it started to clear a little bit. But that's the nature of sea fog. You know, it kind of comes in waves here and there. So even though you're in the clear, you could come up on it pretty quickly. There's zero visibility right now down near Venice, indicating a really slow go for commuting in some places. It'll come up on you pretty quickly, especially as our winds shift to the southwest. We start to see that sea fog pushed on shore just a little bit. Notice those showers in north central Florida. That's a cold front headed our way, promising to bring us some changing temperatures over the next few days. Lots of snowfall in the northeast. I'll tell you what, it is slow going there. If you're flying to the northeast today, check with your carrier. 74, our daytime high, cooler than yesterday, and a little bit breezy this afternoon under full sun. We'll talk all about the forecast coming up in a few.
All right, John, talk to you soon. Checking Suncoast traffic now. Manatee County, so far so good. All clear in the northern part of our viewing area. As we head into Sarasota County, you might see a little buildup around Bee Ridge and 41. Nothing too bad right now. I think we also have a live picture of, yeah, here we do, at the Bee Ridge and 75. We can confirm all quiet so far on Bee Ridge Road. And the reason we're showing you this intersection is there's going to be two different workshops today involving the future of this area. The state is once again talking about a diverging diamond. Yeah, I recognize that phrase from university. They're going to talk about a diverging diamond for Bee Ridge and 75. And if you want to comment, there are two opportunities today at 2 p.m. and 5:30 at the Sarasota Manatee Realtor's office. That's on Cattleman, just north of Bee Ridge Road. Getting back to the maps in South County, nothing to report right now at this early hour at 5:32 as you wake up on this Thursday morning.
And topping our news this half hour, President Trump's Supreme Court pick has some harsh words about the man who nominated him, and it comes in response to the president's criticism of the judge who issued a temporary halt to his immigration ban.
And that big case is now in a California appeals court. Details from ABC's Maggie Rulli.
The nomination is confirmed.
Senators vote to confirm Jeff Sessions as Attorney General, despite fierce opposition from Democrats over his record on civil rights and immigration. It's a win for the Trump administration, and it comes as the president finds himself in the middle of more drama with the country's judicial branch, including President Trump's Supreme Court pick, Judge Neil Gorsuch. He describes the president's recent criticism of judges as, quote, demoralizing and disheartening. Like tweeting that the federal judge who put a temporary hold on his immigration ban is a so-called judge, and saying he's to blame if anything happened. Wednesday morning, Trump seemed to criticize the three federal judges currently deliberating the appeal of that ruling.
I don't ever want to call a court biased, so I won't call it biased. And we haven't had a decision yet. But courts seem to be so political.
The judges from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals have not yet reached a decision on whether to reinstate the travel ban. President Trump is taking a striking shift from past presidents who have urged Americans to be vigilant but not afraid. Accused by some of inciting fear over terrorism, the president drops a hint about what he's learned in his classified briefings.
Believe me, I've learned a lot in the last 2 weeks, and terrorism is a far greater threat than the people of our country understand.
The appeals court will continue to deliberate, and a decision is expected this week. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Well, state officials are taking another stab at cracking down on illegal immigration here in Florida. The Rule of Law Adherence Act would punish so-called sanctuary cities which don't enforce federal deportation orders. The measure would require state and local governments to cooperate with federal immigration authorities, and if they don't follow, the government could be fined up to $5,000 a day.
Federal immigration law enforcement is the primary responsibility of the federal government. But the federal government needs assistance in this regard. And there's actually a federal statute on the books that requires cooperation now, but there's really no penalties for states and localities that fail to cooperate.
Now, that legislation also allows for the removal from office of any elected official who continues to support sanctuary city policies. Similar legislation has been passed in the House previously, but stalled in the Senate. And a Florida House panel passed a plan this week that may put an end to Enterprise Florida and the tourism marketing agency Visit Florida. Supporters and opponents of that bill went back and forth about the impact of state-funded economic incentives. Meanwhile, Governor Rick Scott has called for lawmakers to back his $85 million request for business recruitment incentives at Enterprise Florida and another $76 million through Visit Florida. However, House leaders argue people will come to Florida with or without taxpayer marketing.
We understand that the taxpayer is largely funding economic development. I mean, it's a public good, just like transportation and education are public goods. And because of that, we recognize that the taxpayer is our shareholder, and we're always looking to bring the highest return on investment to the shareholder that we possibly can.
Now, Wednesday's House subcommittee vote was the first of many steps in that legislative process that will ultimately decide how much taxpayer money Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida will receive.
New this morning, the former longtime chief of staff for a longtime Florida congressperson is accused of corruption, and he says his boss was involved as well. Ronnie Simmons worked for former Congressperson Corrine Brown of Jacksonville. He pleaded guilty to fraud, conspiracy, and theft. His plea calls into question Brown's involvement in the case. Brown has pleaded not guilty to similar charges, and her trial is scheduled for April. So here it is. The charges involve creating a fake charity and using the money for himself and Brown. Brown was Jacksonville's congressperson from 1995 until last month. New developments in the case against a Minnesota police officer who allegedly shot and killed a man at the wheel of his car. Geronimo Yanez is charged with manslaughter and is pushing for his charges to be dropped after claiming he saw a weapon in that vehicle. Court documents now claim that Philando Castillo's gun, the other man, was accessible, and he reached for it during the traffic stop where he was shot and killed. It also states that Yanez saw Castillo's gun and describes what the gun looked like, the caliber and the color, a description that matches the gun that fell from the person's pocket right after he was shot.
This kind of motion is done many times to try to get the defense's side of the story out to the public.
Prosecutors have said Yanez's partner never saw a gun. Attorneys say it's Yanez's view that's germane, not his partner's. The case goes to court next Wednesday. And a female Uber driver has been caught on camera robbing a male customer after allegedly drugging him after a ride. The victim says she picked him up at the airport in Fort Lauderdale. He says she gave him water, and when he drank it, well, she has to use his bathroom. From there, surveillance video shows her entering and leaving the house several times with a variety of his items over a 4-hour period. This morning, that Uber driver, 33-year-old Brandy Bergerow, there she is. She's being held without bond.
In consumer news this morning, the largest IKEA store in the country now open for business. More than 1,000 people showed up for this week's grand opening in Burbank, California. Some shoppers even camped out in hopes of snagging some free furniture and deals. The store is 456,000 square feet, which is roughly 4.5 city blocks in Manhattan. It also has a 1,700 parking space area. The restaurant can sit 600 hungry shoppers. And of course, the store always serving up those popular Swedish meatballs. Meanwhile, over at Publix stores, you may end up enjoying fewer treats than what you're used to. Now, the Lakeland-based grocery chain is ending a long-standing practice of giving customers complimentary slices of deli meat when they place orders at the deli counter. Now, Publix deli workers would often give the customer the initial slice to examine the thinness or the thickness of that meat. But Publix began to shift away from that practice at some of its stores about 2 weeks ago. There's no word yet on if stores here on the Suncoast are affected.
You know, I have to admit, when I go to Publix with my wife and she gets ham and cheese and turkey, and I get samples of each, I say, I don't need lunch now. This is great.
There you go.
Let's go to Publix deli counter and get some free samples.
Thanks a lot, Ray. You're ruining it for all of us.
It's too late. Apparently it's too late.
I actually really like their meat. I think it's a pretty good quality. I like it.
That's fine.
And if you're a Star Wars fan, you may as well start jumping for joy this morning, as the date for a new theme park just for you has been announced.
Disney will open its Star Wars theme lands at California's Disneyland and Florida's Disney World in 2019. The 14-acre attractions were announced in 2015 and are already under construction. Disney says the lands will include attractions and entertainment alongside aliens and droids. The attractions will be the park's largest single-theme land expansion ever. Disney also announced an opening date of the May 27th for the Avatar attraction at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And the first guy in line, meteorologist John Scalzi.
Sounds like fun. It's smart. It really does.
Yeah, a lot of great marketing, lots of capitalism there. I love Harry Potter world.
That's very true. That's very smart. They need to get young viewers interested in the Star Wars brand.
Yep.
They made a lot of money on that movie.
Exactly. Looking to make some more, obviously.
Yep. Looking at a little bit of patchy fog out there this morning, as well as the potential for some cooler weather. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, thanks, John. Well, still ahead, could your showering habits be affecting your skin? Here's some tips to help keep your skin hydrated. That's coming up next in your Health Smart.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Are you ready to rekindle your love life? I'm Joey Panic on Suncoast View. Giggles Sarasota is here with some fun Valentine's gift ideas to bring the love back into your life. We have a Suncoast Arts preview with Manatee Performing Arts and Ringling Museum's latest productions. We play a game to test our knowledge of the famous Westminster Dog Show, and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse joins us in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Nobody beats Bacon's with Bassett. Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Right now, all custom premier sofas, upholstered headboards, and ottomans are 40% off. Don't miss this opportunity to get the custom ordered furniture you've been dreaming of for a limited time at 40% off. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Look
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So currently our temperature coming in at a very mild 70 degrees, and we have a west-southwest wind coming in at about 8. With that westerly component to the wind, what we're getting is a little bit of sea fog forming, and then the west wind kind of pushing some of that sea fog onto the coastline. So watch for that as your morning commute takes you close to the coast. You may come up on a patch of fog that's very thick and visibility limiting in very short order. So prepare for that. Otherwise, a mix of sun and clouds as we head into the afternoon hours. We'll look for the humidity to start to fall. Right now, a dew point of near the 70-degree mark, which is pretty close to a summertime value in the 70s. 69 degrees is a pretty thick, sticky feeling dew point for our area at this time of year. 72 degrees, Wauchula, 71 in Arcadia, 72 in Myakka, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Punta Gorda as well, 71 degrees in Northport, 70 in Inglewood, and 71 in Venice. Longboat Key comes in a little bit cooler, coming in at 69. So across the region right now, we don't have any rain falling. That's the good news, but we certainly do have the thick fog in locations. A little bit of rain shower activity north of us. Excuse me. North of us, as this front, which is producing this rain, sinks southward, we have the slightest little chance of picking up one of these brief little showers. These are not going to be, by any stretch of the imagination, heavy, but they will give us about a 20% chance, 10 to 20% chance of maybe a little bit of light rainfall during the morning hours. Not by afternoon. By afternoon, the front causing all the rain showers along the North Carolina, Virginia coastlines will end for them as well as us, but the snowfall will continue for parts of the Northeast. Very heavy, blinding snows at times coming down in parts of New York and Boston later this morning, with some blowing wind as well, creating some fairly heavy banks of snow. You look at these snowfall accumulations over the next 24 hours, and they're pretty impressive. In and around the Boston area, you could get over a foot of snow, and in many locations indicated here by this violet color, a foot of snow is possible anywhere from New York City all the way up through the Northeast. So looking for a low-pressure area producing all that snow shower activity to continue drifting off to the north and to the east, and as it does that, it's going to take the front attached to it and drag it through the state of Florida. That's going to switch our winds around to the northeast as the high-pressure ridge behind it builds in. And what that means for us is a little bit of drier, lower humidity air, making it feel very nice right straight into the weekend. We'll look for breezy conditions to continue, and those breezy conditions will lead to a bit of a rip current issue for our area beaches. Watch for that. And it will cause our seas to build a bit as well. Afternoon sunshine, but cooler temperatures. Watch the RPM computer model. Shows those showers sinking southward in quick order, and then high pressure building in, leaving us with a breezy wind, but beautiful conditions for the next several days. Then, probably by about Saturday night or Sunday, our winds will start to shift out of the east, and that will return some of the heat to our area. But it will still be a relatively low humidity day on Sunday. Monday, I think the humidity will return full force. West wind coming in at about 15 to 20, turning north later this evening. You know, it's going to be kind of a rough boating weather out there. We'll look for a 10% chance of showers, followed by some lower temperatures. Tomorrow, high only 72, which frankly is average for this time of year. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Let's check the roads right now on this Thursday morning. All quiet right now in the northern part of our area. We do have a little issue right there on 301, just south of 63rd in the southbound lane. So watch out for that if you can. Also heading into Sarasota. Nothing too much to report at this hour. We go out to a live picture right now at Bee Ridge and 75. We're showing you this now because there's two public sessions today at 2 and 5:30 for feedback on how to change that area of Bee Ridge and 75. The state is talking about another diverging diamond, much like the one going right now at University. So your chance to give feedback today at 2 and 5:30 at the Realtor's office, which is on Cattleman Road, just north of Bee Ridge. And one last look at the maps for this half hour in the south part of the county. Little build-up there, or just south of 681 between Nokomis and Venice. Otherwise, all quiet as you wake up on this Thursday morning.
This morning in Health Smart, we all know there's nothing quite like a nice long hot shower, especially when it's a little chilly out. But some dermatologists now say if you struggle with dry skin in the winter, you may want to cut back on the time and temperature of your daily shower routine. Experts say that over time, if skin gets too dry, it actually becomes inflamed, resulting in that uncomfortable and itchy feeling you sometimes get. Now, if you've tried dialing down the temperature and are still having issues with dry skin, they recommend switching from lotion moisturizer to a cream moisturizer or even a petroleum jelly type product.
The key is applying a cream or a petroleum jelly like product, ideally within 2 to 3 minutes of stepping out of the shower. Ideally even just patting dry rather than scrubbing your body completely dry, and that helps lock in some of that moisture.
Now, doctors add that people who have very sensitive skin should avoid applying any moisturizer that might have potential irritants or allergens in it, like unnecessary fragrance or preservatives.
It's time for the Dream 18, and this week Scott Dennis shows us the 9th hole at the Longboat Key Club's links course.
Well, it's a beautiful day to be on the golf course today. We're on a really nice one here on the Suncoast. This is the Longboat Key Club Resort, the links at Longboat. Head pro Terry O'Hara from the Longboat Key Club Resort. And Terry, this is the 9th hole here at the links.
Yep, redesigned golf course. We originally flipped to 9, so this was 18 and it was a par 5. Now it's playing as a real strong par 4.
Oh boy, I'll try my best.
Good luck. Because of the length of this hole, you really, if you want to get a chance to hit this in 2, you need driver.
Yeah.
It's safe. I've made par from there. Got a pretty challenging shot here. We've got 179 on the back pin, 167 in the middle. Looks like it's about, when I touch that, it's 158 to clear that right corner. Now, it's a pretty big face on the right side. If you don't carry it to the top, it's going to roll all the way back down. So, you know, what's your 165 club?
165 is probably 6 iron.
If you pull this one off, I'm going to be pretty impressed. You're going to come and give a couple lessons with me after the show. What a great shot. Get up. Go. Wow, are you kidding me?
Look at that.
Are you kidding me?
I'm giving lessons
That's
afterward.
awesome. That's awesome. What a great shot that was, Scott.
Thank you,
and that
Terry.
ball was sitting down.
Yeah, but you know, I got great coaching.
Well, I got to tell you.
That's what did it.
At the end of the day, you got to hit the shot, though. This is going to be a tough putt. I mean, as you can see, the terrain is going to kind of roll it left, but we want to make sure that, you know, and then we're going to downhill from there. So this would be a great 2 putt.
Stop.
Not bad. It actually kind of went up and then it went down to the right.
Yeah. For par.
Great roll. Nice.
That simple.
Nice par.
Great coaching.
Great job.
Thanks, Terry. That's a par on my first Dream 18 of the year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's the coaching.
It is.
You guys got a chance to come out and do what I think is one of the nicest 18s out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week on the Dream 18.
It's a fun course there. You can always see the Gulf on one side, or the bay rather, and the road. If you hit a wild shot on that course, it could go on the road, and those drivers need to be careful.
Well, and looks like Scott's giving Bob a run for his money. Last week, Bob hit a hole-in-one, and now Scott's doing pretty well as well.
Bob hit a hole-in-one?
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
I want to check. I want to check the raw tape on that one. Maybe some editing.
Right, exactly. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Peace of mind is really crucial. The safety and security of this higher level of care, I think, is really important. Great nurses, great doctors, technologies that can really help when you are dealing with complications, high-risk newborns, or the infants that have medical conditions. This is the kind of care that we want at our public hospital.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the show will go on. Circus Sarasota still planning to go through with this weekend's accident.
We'll have that story and more news after this.